Hi and welcome, I am Helle, and today I'm going to play the first scenario of Gloomhaven Buttons and Box. And this is the newest edition of Gloomhaven, just a little tiny box. It's very cute, this little box. And in this box you have 20 scenarios. So you're going to have a scenario deck. You actually have 6 different heroes. I have chosen Bruiser, which is the recommended one for the first scenario, but you also have a Silent Knight, you have a Tinkerer, a Crackheart, Spellweaver, and a Mind Thief. So lots of different heroes, and each of the heroes, they have their own unique set of cards. You have 8 cards for each hero, and you are going for your first game to take the cards with a number 1. So that's a level 1. You also have some level 2 cards. And with this scenario I have chosen the Bruiser. And we have our mat here for the first level. We are going to have 12 health. So you're going to take this one and set it to 12. And then of course we have our very own little dude. And you have these really tiny figures, miniatures. So this is the Bruiser. And then we have 4 cards. If you're familiar with the normal Gloomhaven, then you can see that these cards, they look familiar. This is the card for our actions, and in each round we have to choose 2 cards, and then we have an initiative number on the cards, and then we have to activate a top part and a bottom part for 2 different cards, and you have some standard, but we will look closer at this when we select the cards and we're going to activate them. But let's start with it, dive into the deck. So we have the first card, the first scenario. So let's read what this says. That shrinking feeling. What a time for Gloomhaven. First a black tornado from the void nearly destroyed the city. Then there were reports of a very essence of corruption trying to end everything. But all's well that ends well. And at the center of both events, hail a mysterious Aesther who lives in the derelict tavern. The crooked bone. It is said she can turn anyone into a hero. Exactly what you want to be. Sure, you don't have a lot of training, but put in front of the right adventure. You will get the acclaim that is due to you. So with that bold purpose, you step across the threshold of the crooked bone and... No, that's not right. Everything is growing. Why is the doorway so large? Why are you so small? Is this some sort of Aether's enchantment? You have been shrunk. Play scenario 1, a rude welcome. And then we have the scenario 1. Got some fancy gear there. You whirl around, taking in your familiar yet unfamiliar surroundings. Your attention settles on a scruffy character behind you, luckily on par with your diminutive stature. Nice and shiny, like it's never been used. Hand it all over, and I'll let you live. Well, that simply won't do. Your gear is unused, but there's really only one solution for that. So we have our goal. We are going to use a monster bandit, and our goal is to defeat all monsters. And the bandit is this fella here. So we have to fight against these. They have an initiative up here, which we are going to roll with the die, and depending on what they can get 2 movement, 1 in attack, 1 shield, 1 movement, 2 attack, 2 movement or 2 attack. They have 8 health, and they have 1 shield. So if this one comes up, then they will have 2 shield. And on the other side of this, we have our little adventure. So we are going to start with our hero here. This is obstacles, these green. We cannot step onto these spaces. This is one opponent, bandit, the green. And we have a blue, number 1 and number 2. And then we have these damages. If you enter any of these spaces, you're going to get 1 damage. And these are not going to go away. And our monsters, they don't want to step into these areas. They will avoid them. So we are going to add this one. We are going to add 8 health. We have a green and a blue. These are pretty close, those two colors, but there are a little bit of difference in them. So we're going to place the green here and the blue there, and then Bruce is going to start right there. This is the attack modifier for the monsters, and this is our attack modifier. We have this die where we have 2 zeros, 2 minuses, and 2 pluses. This will determine what row we are going to use. And each time we attack, we will attack with the current value. Depending on what we roll with the die, we can modify it, and then we will move it downwards each time. And the same with the monsters. And this bandit guard we are going to place here. At the start it will be placed in the center with the 0, but we are going to roll with it. When we have selected 2 cards, then we're going to roll the die, and then that will be the bandit's initiative. So let's just start the little game. We are going to choose 2 cards. So this is our starting cards. So we have this one where we can do an attack free, and then we can push with 2, and we can strengthen ourselves. And bottom we have a shield. You can always use the bottom part for a basic 2 movement, or the top part for a basic 2 attack. And then we have this one, a 3 attack and the shield, and we can move 4 spaces. This one could stay in play, so we would have the shield. And this one, and this symbol indicates it's a ranged attack. Otherwise it is a melee attack. The others, they are melee attack. And with this one you could also attack a melee attack and then do a pierce one. On this card we have the wind element up here. We can use it if it's visible on a card in our hand or a card we're going to play, then we can use the element. And that would be an attack free on these 2 spaces. And this one, we have this symbol here, this means jump. We have a B side on the cards if you flip them to the other side. So here we also have different, here we have an attack 6. And here we can use the wind element to add a +1 to the attack and have a pierce of 2. And then our last card. So that is the cards we have. And we have 12 in health. So we are going to choose 2 cards. And I have my favorite 2. I want to use this one where I can attack with the 3 and then do a push of 2, because this one here is next to a trap. So I'd like to move over here and push him on this trap, so he would get 1 damage from the trap. And then I need a move card, and I'm just going to take this one. So we're going to take these 2 cards. So this is the 2, and I will take the initiative. I could take initiative 32 or 15, but if I take 32, if they get 30, then they would act first, and I want to act first because I want to go over and push him. So I'm going to take the lower initiative, which is 15. So we are sure we're going to go first. You're going to roll the die for their initiative. They are going to go on the minus. So that was 30. So if you had taken the other way around, they would have gone first. But we have the lowest initiative, so we will go first. And I want to use this one to move. I could move up to 4 spaces, but I will just move 1, 2. And we can't step on the green obstacle spaces. Then we're going to make an attack 3, and then we will be able to push them. So attack 3, we have to roll the die and see what modifier we get. We get the plus, so we actually have a +1. So it's an attack 4. And they have 2 shields. Oh man, they got 2 shields because they got this one. Then they have 2 shields. So we will only give them 2 in damage. And then we're going to push them 1, 2, so they will get 1 damage from the trap. So 3 in damage for the number 1. And for traps, their shield, they don't count. Only when you're attacking, when you're doing an attack, then the shield will count. Yeah, so that was our turn. Then the thing, now we have used these 2 cards. Normally when you play Gloomhaven, you would discard them and put them to your discard pile. But in this one, we're going to flip them to the B side. So now we have these 2 sides available for us. So we still have 4 cards to our hand. 2 on the side A and 2 on the side B. And when we use a B card, then it will go to the discard pile. Now it's our enemy's turn. And they are going to move 2 spaces, and they will then do an attack 4 if they are adjacent to us, because it's only a melee attack. This one could have gone here, but they won't, because this is they would get 1 damage if they enter this space. So they're not going to go there. They are going to go this way instead. And this one up here is going to go 2 spaces down here. So they are getting closer to us. I wasn't standing there. I was standing there. Yeah, I'll move 2 spaces. Yes. So they have, yeah, that was the first round. Then we are going to select 2 new cards. And we actually have this one that I like. But that would very much depend on what they roll. Yeah, we could take it. Because either they are going to move 1 space, then they would move 1 and 1, or 2 spaces, 1, 2, 1, 2. But I would want them to go first if I do this. And I could use the wind to pierce them. I would have a pierce 2 with this card. I actually want this one. And I want to use the wind. But I want to make sure that I'm the last one. So I think I'm going to use this B2. Actually, I'm going to use both B cards. Yeah, and I will put this one on top. So, oh, I forgot to move this one down 1 space. That I have to remember. When I have attacked, afterwards I have to move this one down 1 space. Did I forget something before? I forgot something. I strengthened myself. I forgot one thing. I strengthened myself. I need to get this strengthened. After I have attacked and pushed, then I would get the strengthen. So I will get this strengthen token, which we will place here under our conditions. Yes. Okay, but I think this is the plan. We are going to use these 2. Something is not that way. We're going to use these 2 B-sides. So we are definitely going to go last. We have to roll the die for them. Oh, it was a plus. Oh, so they are actually going late again. But at least they don't have the +2 shields. But they are going first because we're going on 86. We are going on 68, and they're going on 70. So the green is going to move first. They are going to move 1, 2. Then they are going to attack us with 2. So we have to roll the die for them. A minus. So that is a -1. So they are going to give us 1 in damage. 2 minus 1. And then this one is going to go down. So we get 1 damage. Oops. And then this one is going to move 1, 2. That is actually perfect. Perfect. That is just where we want them. Oh, wait a minute. Not quite. Because it's not quite the same, right? I would have had to stay here. Because this one would have had to be down there. Otherwise I would have to move. Ooh, I can move. But I can't jump. Oh man, I can't go past them and I can't go over this. I would have needed the jump. I should have used this one instead. If I had used this one, I could have jumped 1, 2, 3, and then I could have been on this place. So I should actually have used this card instead. But I didn't. But we do have this symbol, so we can use this ability. But do I want to use it then? Then I might as well. Yeah, it's because we have the pierce. Yeah. Yeah, I think I will use it. I will use the top part first. Or maybe I could. Yeah, I will use the top part first, I think. That should be fine. I will use the top part where we are going to attack with this card. We're going to use this wind. So we're going to attack with a 4. And we have a pierce of 2. So we don't care about this shield. So we're going to roll it. we got a plus again. So that is 2 plus 4. So we're going to give 6 in damage. That is actually enough to kill him. And he doesn't even have his shield. So we already have killed one monster. So this one is out of the table. This one is going to move down 1 space. And then I can't attack the second one because it would have needed to be there. But I can move. I can move up to 3 spaces, and then all adjacent enemies, they're going to gain a model. Oh, I could actually have, I have my, I could have rolled 2 times. Because of this one, we have advantage. Then I could roll the die 2 times, but we got the best thing, so it didn't matter. I didn't have to roll it 2 times. We are actually going to lose this at the end of our turn. I'll just remove it now. We are going to move 1, 2. I think we are just going, maybe we can just stand. I think we're going to stand there. Or maybe up here. I think up there. Then we are going to give them a model. So they are modeled. And that was our turn. Then both of these cards, they are on the B side, so they're going to be discarded. We were pretty quick at getting rid of the first of the green monster, so we only have 1 left, and they are modeled now, and they have, but they still have 8 health. So let's see. We can, with this one, we can attack with a distance, so we might as well use. No, wait a minute. With this one, we can attack, and then we can also attack with this one. So we are definitely going to go quick. So we can be the first one to go. That is what we are doing. Then we are going to roll the die for them. They are going on the minus. Oh, so they have 2 shield. Oh, this has a pierce 1, but they have 2 shield. We are going first. They're going on 30. We are going on 27. You're going to attack with this one. Attack 2. But we have a pierce, so we are going to give them 1 in damage. But we have to roll the die. If we are unlucky, we could miss here. Ah, we missed. That was no attack. It's going to do nothing. That was a miss. And we didn't. If we had our strengthen here, then we could have rolled the die again. But we didn't have it now. And then on the top part here, we're going to do an attack 3. So we're going to do an attack 3. Let's see where we're going to get. It was the 0, so that is 3 minus the 2 shields, so we're going to give 1 damage, just 1. That was not much. 1 damage, that is it. And then this one is going to move down here. Ooh, yes. Then it's their turn. They don't want to move, they're next to us. They're going to do an attack 1. But they are modeled, so they have to roll the die 2 times. They got a 0 and a 0. So this means we are going to gain 1 damage. And this one is going to move down. And then this one is going to go away. So we will be down at 10 health. And these 2 cards, they are going to be flipped to the other side. Okay, so we can heal ourselves. We can retaliate if we are attacked. If we use this one, then we would retaliate and give 1 in damage. But we can use the top part here where we're going to give 6 in damage. And we don't have any miss here. So I think that's okay. But we are going to lose the card. If you had this symbol means that you're going to lose the card. And we can't use it again ever. We can't get it back. But I think with a 6 attack, that should be okay. And I want to go first. We might be able to kill them if we roll at ×2. Then we could give 12 in damage. Okay. We have chosen. We are going to roll the die. They are going on this space again. So they have 2 shield again. But we are going to... I think we're going to... They can move 2 spaces. I will just heal myself with the bottom part here. So we can heal up to 12 again. And then for the top part here, we're going to attack with a 6. And let's see if we can get the plus. Oh, we did get the plus. Okay, that is crazy, guys. Because this means that we're going to attack with a 6 times 2, 12 in damage, minus 2. Yeah, so that is 10 damage. He is very much dead. If we had rolled the 0 or the 1, then he would have gotten less damage and he would still have been alive. I actually think for the purpose of this game, then we have 1 now, but for the purpose of the game, to show you a bit more what happens when we run out of cards, I'm actually going to say that we did not roll a plus, we rolled a 0. That is fine. Let's say that, because I want to show you a bit more of the game. In that case, we would have gotten 6, and then they had 2 shields, so we would give 4 damage. So they would go down to 3, because the other one was pretty lucky that we got the plus. And then our cards would have been discarded. And then I would have to choose if I wanted to do a long rest or a short rest. And they are standing next to us, they're going to hit us. Do you know what? I will just do a long rest. It's okay, they can hit us and give us some damage. That's fine. By the way, we needed to move this one. So I'm going to do a long rest. This means that I will go with initiative 99. I'm not going to do anything. At the end of my turn, I can heal 2 health. And then I will get my cards back to my hand on the A side. And then I have to choose 1 card to lose. Oh, we actually lost 1 card. We have 1 card we have lost. I forgot to take this one. Because we used this one, we lost this card. We only have 3 cards left. So this one we have lost. So we have 3 cards that we're going to gain to our hand again. And we have to lose 1 of those. So we would have 2 turns more to kill him. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to show you how this works. I have 2 options. I could also do a short rest. Then I would shuffle my cards and I would just randomly lose a card. That would be a short rest, and then I would have a turn on the next round here. But I will just do a long rest, it's fine. So in this case, we're just going to roll the die. They are going on -2. They are going to move 2 spaces, but they are fine with where they are. They're going to do an attack 1. So they're going to roll the die. They got a miss. So they don't even give us any damage. And then that's it. But if they have if we have received 2 in damage, we could heal now, because now we're going to it's going to be our turn. We're going to heal 2, but we can't go higher up than the 12 we have. We have our max health, and then I have to choose a card to lose. Okay, I have the one where we can push them into the trap. So I think we're going to save this one. And then on the other side, I have to lose a card. I just want a lot of attack. Let us see. I think we will just go with this one. Has, what did we have on the other side? That was a 4 attack. I think we'll take the one with the jump. That is a nice one to have. So we are going to lose this card. We're going to put it under here. This is lost forever. And then we're going to choose our cards, and I think we will try and go on 32. So we will roll the die. They are going on 70, so we are going to go first. And I would like to move 1 down here, and then we are going to attack with a 3. And we are going to strengthen ourselves. I don't know if you're going to get it, but we can't use it now. It's on our next turn. But we are going to roll the die. It's a plus, so we're going to give 4 in damage. And -1, so that is 3. They are dead. And then we would afterwards, we would have pushed them if they hadn't died, and they would have received 1 more damage. And that was the game. just so you can see how the rest phase works, because this would have meant that after this turn I could flip it to this side, and then we would only have one more turn, and then we would have been done for this game if we hadn't killed them both. But that was the first little scenario for Gloomhaven. There are 20 scenarios in all, so you have lots of scenarios here you can go through. And of course, we need to read the text for our scenario here, where we just won. Well, your gear certainly isn't shiny anymore. And it wasn't even particularly fancy to begin with. Come to think of it, got the job done at least. But your situation is quite dire. You will need to survive long enough to find out how to restore yourself to original size. But for now, you will need to deal with the wormling that just appeared. Read the collector. And at the bottom here of these, you can see there are items. On all of these cards, there are items. There's also an item here. And this is the type of item. And we haven't used any in the first one. But let's grab the collector. Let's grab the collector here and see what he has to say. Took out the scavengers, I see. The wormling offers. You are not the first to barge in on hail and get this less than ideal result. We have all been there. Some of us have realized the need to work together. If we were to make the best of this, I assumed you'd like to be big again. You nod. Then I have a proposal for you. During any time here, I have collected things that may be useful. You may borrow them, and in exchange, I will accompany you so I may expand my collection. I can also tell you that your best hope for escape is getting into the crooked bone and taking the issue up with Hale. Unfortunately, you look behind you to see the door now firmly closed. Yeah, the only way in is through Button's kingdom, across the road. Come on! You can now equip items during scenario setup. Play scenario 2, crossing the road. So this was the first scenario. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a bit more plays with the different scenarios. And I mean, in this tiny box, you actually have 20 scenarios and you have 6 different heroes, and we have more levels. And the hero we just played here, they also have 4 more cards with a level 2 on them. So you're going to have better cards at some point when you level up, I think. And then you have cards for all of the other heroes. There's 6 different heroes there are. And just to show you, they are absolutely cute, these heroes. They are so tiny, all of them. They have all shrunk. And then I can also say there are lots of different monsters. There are 10 plus 10, there are 20 different monsters you can fight against. And there are room for more. You can fight with up to, I think, 4 different monsters in a scenario. So I think it can get up to being really tough when you get later on in the game. Yeah, but I enjoy the Gloomhaven universe, and I think this looks like an awesome little game. So we have only played the scenario 1, but I have tried to play it with all the different heroes, the scenario 1. And of course the first one is a bit easy, but you can still be unlucky if you get a miss on a big card where you're going to lose the card. Then of course you can be unlucky when you have a die roll, but it's okay. It's kind of like with the cards. I think it's a great way they have done it, so you don't need cards yet. You can just use these. That's neat. That's a clever design, I think. I will say though, these colors here, I mean, it's really hard to distinguish the green from the blue. Of course, we know the numbers, so you can distinguish it, but I would have liked if they had been a little bit more green and a little bit more blue. It's easier with these two. You also have a purple. The red one is easy, and then you have the purple one, but it can be a bit difficult. It's not that easy to distinguish, especially these two, from each other. So I guess you can have up to 4 monsters in the game. But that was my playthrough of the first scenario. Thanks for watching.